welcome to the video lecture series on chemical process plant design and economics. Myself, Jaimin Pandya, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department of LJIET Institute of Engineering and Technology. So let's continue with the chapter cost estimation. So in this lecture, we'll talk about cash flow for industrial operation, then we'll talk about the cumulative cash position, and then we'll talk about various methods for estimating capital investment. So let's start with cash flow industrial operation. This figure shows the concept of cash flow for overall industrial operation based on support system act as a source of capital or sink for the capital received. Into capital sink can be form of loan, stock issue, bond release and other funding source including net cash flow returned to the capital sink from each project. Output from capital source is in form of total capital investment for each of company industry operation, dividend to stockholders, repayment, debate and other investment. The tree growth concept as shown in this figure acts as a trunk output to start the particular industry operation design as a total capital investment. This total capital investment include all funds necessary to get project underway. This encompasses the regular manufacturing fixed capital investment and working capital investment along with investment required for all necessary auxiliary and non-manufacturing facilities. The cash flow for capital investment can be usually considered as in lump sum of instant such as a purchase of land with lump sum payment or provide of working capital as lump sum at start of operation of complete plant. Fixed capital equipment ideally can be considered as a in instance for each piece of equipment, although the payment of course can be spread over the entire construction period when considering the fixed capital investment for complete plant. Because information from sale and necessary operation costs can be occurs on irregular time basis, a constant receiver of working capital must be kept on hand continuously to draw from as to need. The rectangular box in this figure represents overall operation for complete project with working capital fund moving in and out as need, but maintaining a constant fund as available working capital. This cash flow from income and operating expenses can be considered as a continuous and repletion rate of flow at a given point in time using the same time basis, such as the rupees pay per day or rupees pay per year because of depreciation charge allowed to eventually representation of equipment are effect cost which are paid back to the company capital sink. These charges are not included in cost for operation as shown in this figure. The difference between income and operating costs represent gross profit before depreciation or income tax and represent by vertical line rising out of the operating box. Depreciation cost of course must be recognized as a cost before income tax charge are made and before net profit are reported to the stockholder. Consequently, removal of depreciation in this cash flow diagram as a charge against profit is complete by the at the top of tree diagram as shown in this figure, with the depreciation charge B entering the cash flow stream for returning to the capital sink. This result new profit SI minus C minus D is taxable and the income tax charge is shown as a cash flow stream deduct at top of the diagram. The remainder or net profit after tax is now clear profit which can be returned to the capital sink along with the depreciation charge to be used for new investment, dividend or repayment of present investment as indicated by the various terms eliminating from the capital source which show in this figure. So this is all about cash flow diagram. Now let's talk about the cumulative cash flow diagram. This diagram shows the cumulative cash position of any industry. The time period close is estimated life period of the project and the time value of money is neglected. In the situation described in this diagram, Land value is included as a part of total capital investment to show the clearly complete sequence of steps in full of life cycle for industrial process. The 0 point on x-axis represents the time at which the plant has been completely constructed and ready for the operation. The total capital investment at 0 point in time include land value, fixed capital and auxiliary investment and working capital. The cash position is a negative by the amount of equivalent to the total capital investment at 0 time. But profit in the ideal situation come in from operation as soon as time is positive. Cash flow to the company in form of net profit after tax and depreciation charge are start to accumulate and gradually pay off the full capital investment. For this condition, so in this figure, the full capital investment is paid off in 5 years. After that, profit accumulate on positive side of the cumulative cash position until the end of the project life, at which time the project theoretically is shut down and operation start. At that time, the working capital is still available and it is assumed that the land can be still be sold its original value. The final result of cumulative cash position is a net profit over the total life of project or cash flow into the company capital sink over the 10-year period. As shown in this figure, right hand bracket. The relationship represented in this figure are very important for understanding of factor to be considered in a cost estimation. To put emphasis on this basic nature of the role of cash flow, including depreciation charge, this figure has been simplified or considered by neglecting time value of money and using straight line relationship of constant annual profit and constant annual depreciation. So this is all about cumulative cash position for any industry. Now let's talk about various methods for estimation of total capital investment. Various methods can be employed for estimation of capital investment. The choice of any one of the depend upon amount of detailed information available and accuracy desired. 7 methods are outlined in this session, with each method requiring progressively less detailed information and less preparation time. Consequently, the degree of accuracy decreases with each succeeding method. A maximum accuracy within approximately plus or minus 5% of actual capital investment can be obtained within a method. So there are mainly 7 types of methods, such as a detailed item estimation method, unit cost estimation method, then percentage of delivery equipment cost, length factor for approximation of capital investment, power factor applied of plant capacity ratio, investment cost per unit of capacity, and turnover ratio. So these all are methods which used for calculation of capital investment. So first let's talk about detailed item estimation. A detailed item estimation requires careful determination of each individual item, and equipment and material need are to be determined from complete drawing and specification and are priced either from current cost data or preferable from delivered quotation. Installation costs are determined from accurate labor rate, efficiency and employee hour calculation, accurate estimation of engineering drafting, field supervision, employee hours, and field expenses must be detailed in same manner. Complete site survey and soil data must be available to minimize the error in site development and construction of estimation. In fact, in this type of estimation, the attempt is made to firm up as much of estimation as possible by obtaining quotation from vendor and supplier. Because of extensive data necessary and large amount of engineering time required to prepare such a detailed item estimation, this type of estimate is almost exclusively only prepared by the contractor, building on lump sum work from the finishing drawing and specification. Now let's talk about the unit cost estimation. The unit cost method result in good estimation accuracy for fixed capital investment, provide accurate record have been kept on previous experience. This method, which is frequently used for preparing definitely and primary estimation, also require detailed estimation of purchase price obtained either from quotation or index correlated cost record and publish data. Equipment install labor is available as a fraction of delivered equipment cost. Cost for concrete, steel, pipe, electric instrumentation, insulation, etc. are obtained and take off from the drawing and applying unit cost to material and labor need. A unit cost is also applied to engineering employee hour, numbering of drawing and specification. A factor for construction expenses, contractor fee and contingency is estimated previously complete the project and is used to complete this type of estimation. A cost of quotation equation summarized in this method can be given by this equation, where Cn is a new capital investment, where E is a purchase equipment cost, EL which is a purchase equipment labor cost, FX which is a specified material unit cost, F which is a unit cost of pipe, MX which is a specific material quantity and compatible units, FV which is a specific material labor unit cost per employing hour, ML which is a labor employee hour for specific material, FE which is a unit cost for engineering, HE which is a engineering employee hour, FD which is a unit cost for drawing or specification, and DN which is a number of drawing or specification, and FF which is a construction of field expensive factor always greater than 1. So this is all about this method. Now let's talk about percentage of delivery equipment method. This type of method estimating fixed or total capital investment require determination of delivery equipment cost. The other item include in total direct plant cost are then estimation percentage of delivery equipment cost. The additional component of the capital investment are based on average percentage of total direct plant cost and total direct cost. This summarized as this equation where F1 and F2 multiplying factor for piping electrical instrument, where Fi is the indirect cost factor always greater than 1. The percentage used in making this estimation of this type of should be determined on basis of the type of process involved. Design complexity, require material of construction, location of plant, past experience and other items depend on particular unit under consideration. Average value of the various percentage have been determined for typical chemical plant and this value are represented in this table. Estimation by the percentage of delivery equipment cost is commonly used for the preliminary and study estimation. It yields most accurate result when applied to projects similar in configuration to recently constructed plant. For comparable plant of different capacity, this method has sometimes reported to definite estimation accuracy. Now let's talk about the next method, which is a length factor method for approximation of capital investment. The technique proposed originally by the Lang and used for quite frequently to obtain order of magnitude cost estimation by recognition that cost of process plant may be obtained by the multiplying basic equipment cost by the sum factor to approximate the capital investment. This factor very depend upon a type of process plant being considered. This value therefore may be combined to give Lang multiplying factor that can be used for estimation total direct plant cost or fixed capital investment or total capital investment. Greater accuracy of capital investment or estimation can be achieved in this method by using one of but number of factors. One approach is different factor method by the using one but number of factors. One approach is use different factor for different type of equipment. Another approach is used to separate factor from erection of equipment, foundation, utility, piping to break out each item of cost into the material and labor cost factor. With this approach, each factor has a range of value and chemical engineer must depend on past experience to decide in each case whether the use of high, average or low figure. So this figure can be calculated by this equation. Cn is equal to F1 in the bracket E in the bracket 1 plus Ff plus Fp plus Fm plus Ei plus A. Now let's talk about the next method, which is a power factor method, or can say that power factor applied to the plant capacity ratio. This method further study order of magnitude estimation related the fixed capital investment of new process plant to the fixed capital investment of similar previously constructed plant by the exponential power ratio. That is, for certain similar process plant configuration, the fixed capital investment of new facility is equal to fixed capital investment of a constructed facility multiplied by ratio R, defined as the capacity of new facility divided by the capacity of old raised to a power x. This power has been found to average between 0.6 and 0.7 for many process facility. That's why equation for this method that can be given by Cn is equal to C multiplied by R. A closer approximation for relationship which involve direct and indirect plant cost has been proposed as a Cn is equal to F into D into R power of x plus I. Now let's talk about next method, which is a investment cost per unit cost capacity. Many data have published giving a fixed capital investment required for various process per unit of annual production capacity. Although this value depends on some exact on capacity of individual plant, it is possible to determine unit investment cost which apply for average condition. An order of magnitude estimation of this fixed capital investment for given process can be obtained by multiplying approximate investment cost per unit capacity by annual production capacity of proposed plant. The necessary correlation for change of cost within this can be made by use of cost index. So this is all about this method. Now let's talk about last method, which is a turnover ratio. A rapid evaluation method suitable for order of the magnitude estimation is known as a turnover ratio method. Turnover ratio defined as the ratio of gross annual sale to fixed capital investment, where the product of annual production rate and the average selling price commodity is the gross annual sale figure. The reciprocal of the turnover ratio is sometimes defined as the capital ratio of investment ratio. Turnover ratio up to the 5 are common for the business established and some are low for 0.2 for the chemical industry. As very rough rule of thumb, the ratio can be approximately 1. Turnover ratio may also calculate for total capital investment. For total capital investment, turnover ratio that can be given by gross annual sale upon total capital investment. So this is all about today's lecture. I am completing my lecture here. Thank you.